the NFL, we saw players either standing up, sitting down, taking a knee in solidarity against the unbelievable and ridiculous comments by Donald Trump Friday night in Alabama. I keep telling people that when this man goes in front of a crowd, he acts like a crack addict walking into a crack house. He just loses his mind. 29, Tom, of the 32 NFL teams actually released statements. Now, many of them were strong. Shockingly, Robert Kraft of the Patriots targeted Donald Trump in his comments. Many of them were like weak sauce. Dan Snyder of the Washington Redskins, that was a pathetic statement. He wouldn't even mention, of course, Donald Trump. Only 3 NFL teams said nothing. The New York Jets, of course, their owner is Woody Johnson and one of Trump's ambassadors. No shock. Of course, Jerry Richardson of the Carolina Panthers, he said nothing. And the Carolina Panthers players, I don't know what the hell they were doing. They didn't take a knee. They didn't sit down. They didn't even leak arms. They were just kind of like, whatever. And, of course, the punk owner of the Dallas Cowboys has said nothing. Jerry Jones has been absolutely silent. So all of you Cowboy fans wearing your stars, guess what? Your sorry owner hasn't said a word. Maybe he'll wake up today, but guess what, Tom? Jerry Jones was one of the 7 NFL owners who gave Trump's inauguration $1 million. No shock. Last thing, before I go to my guest, my Houston Texans, y'all all stood and locked arms. One of y'all could have taken a knee and sat down, but no shock there. Let's get to the former NFL players, Clinton Portis and Chester Pitts, to talk about this here. Clinton Portis, I want to start with you. Your thoughts on your former NFL comrades, how they responded yesterday to Donald Trump, but also showing solidarity with Colin Kaepernick and the issues of police brutality, criminal justice reform, and racism in America.
Well, I just think that everyone, a lot of people don't understand what the issue is. Sometimes, if you listen to people talk, they're saying you're disrespecting the veterans. This has nothing to do with veterans, and I think the entire NFL, NBA, athletes from every angle coming together to show you it's not about the veterans. It's about the treatment of the black community. It's about the disrespect to Colin Kaepernick because he's definitely a lot better than half the quarterbacks that we've seen play to this point this year. But when you see them come together, when you see everyone making a statement and taking a knee for Colin Kaepernick or just to support what's going on, it's exciting because players are finally standing up, and you're the product that goes onto the field. You're the reason that people watch football. And as you said, when someone makes a statement and say, you know, this should be the punishment for these SOBs. Well, if these SOBs aren't in the game, then what do you watch? What becomes America's sport? Everyone's not going to turn to ping pong or to golf. The reason you watch this sport is for the talent in that these SOBs produce. So, you know, I just think it was great that everyone came together.
Chester Pitts, we saw NFL owners, some of them standing on the sidelines with their players, lots of support from them. Now, granted, I'm not going to let them off the hook. These are the same NFL owners who will not sign Colin Kaepernick. You saw Jeff Lurie on the sideline with the Eagles, who had the audacity, the unmitigated gall to say that Kaepernick's protest wasn't respectful. Did he actually look to his left or to his right to see his own players taking the same knee Colin Kaepernick took? Again, your thoughts on the NFL owners standing up to some degree for their players against the narcissists in the Oval Office?
Well, here's the skinny. The ego that 45 carries. The NFL owners have a pretty big ego as well, and the statement that they made in coming together did not happen until that ego was questioned. So, yes, you get some credit for responding, but you should have and could have done this a long time ago. And frankly, if we pay attention to the message, because that's what's getting lost right now, pay attention to the message. Why did Colin Kaepernick take the knee? That's where the focus has to remain. We have to control the narrative and all of the information that flows behind that. There has never been a point where African Americans on that field were taking a knee to disrespect the flag. It never had anything to do with the flag, but that's what they try to make it about so that they don't have to talk about the real issues. And the real issues are racial inequality and police brutality in the United States of America, and the difference between the color of the citizens and what they have to deal with.
Hey, Roland, question. What owners took a knee with their players yesterday?
No owners took a knee.
Not one. Not one owner.
I thought the Jaguars.
No, he stood.
No owners took a knee.
Any owner that was on the sidelines stood with them, arms locked or their hand over their heart.
Okay, which owners did that?
The owner of the Jaguars, Dan Snyder, who looked very uncomfortable. You also had the Arthur Blank of the Falcons. The Raiders owner sat in the box, and Jeff Lurie was on the sidelines. And I'm trying to go through which other owners.
Okay, well,
the Jets had somebody down on the field.
Okay, well, do these owners need a quarterback? And why can't they hire Colin Kaepernick and end this whole thing?
Oh, well, yes, they need a quarterback, but again, they are whiteballing Colin Kaepernick, Clinton, because they are making an example out of him.
I totally agree. I think he's being white ball, black ball, however you want to look at it. Colin Kaepernick should be playing football. The talent that's on the field at the quarterback position is just not up to par. If you think back to Colin Kaepernick in San Francisco under Coach Harbaugh, they could have been in the Super Bowl. They should have been in the Super Bowl. So when you look around,
none of these owners who are taking a stand, they don't need a quarterback?
Yes, they do.
You just named like 5 or 6 quarterbacks, and 5 or 6 owners.
Dude, you got the Vikings with Teddy Bridgewater, who's still out from his injury, that terrible knee injury. You have the backup quarterback. I forgot his name, came from Oklahoma. He's out. Case Keenum.
Why don't these owners just go ahead and do it?
Because again, Tom, they're not going to do it because they need to make an example out of Colin Kaepernick. That's why. He is the one who caused all of this, and they don't want to do it. Chester, I got to ask you this here. What's next? Do you believe this will continue, or will this be a one-off?
I truly hope that it does continue, because if it is just a one-off, then I feel like the NFL players had an opportunity to do something as impactful in sports as we've seen, but they blew that opportunity if they did not take that knee and do it the right way. Locking arms is not taking a knee, and if you are not protesting, then you are condoning and you are saying what is going on in this country is okay.
And real quick, Tom, Ray Lewis, you need to come talk to Black America on Tom Joyner and TV1 to explain why all of a sudden you're taking a knee after you attack Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Ray Lewis. You want to preach on Twitter. You want to preach on Facebook. You better come talk to Black America while all of a sudden you got religion. Maybe this is your Damascus Road experience, but you got some explaining to do, Ray Lewis. Clinton Portis, Chester Pitts, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Damascus Road experience?
That's a biblical thing, Tom. I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah, tell me about it later, because I just...
Tom, yeah,
I know it's good, though, huh?
Simple and Arsenio, pull the Bible out and let Tom know what the Damascus Road experience. Bishop Jakes, call in to Tom right now.
Tom didn't boycott football, and he didn't go to church on Sunday.
27 past the hour.
Weekdays on TV1.
I will never lie to you.
Oh, my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no. That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV1.